This is the Newsload.
Hi, I'm Carrie Anne Stevenson, and I'm here today with Kim Wadsworth, and she's all the way in Texas. Hello, Kim.
Hello from Texas. How's the winter? How's the winter there?
You know, we've had a very mild winter. It's above freezing, not that bad. My girlfriend is starting van life, and I feel that she's safe and fine because it's not that bad. Thanks, global warming.
Wow. Yeah, we've had some rough days. It's a little frigid down here in Texas.
So we're giving you the cold.
I guess so, man. It's I tell people this all the time that they don't believe me because I've lived in Alaska, I've been to Canada, I've been to Korea where it's really cold. I've been to some really cold places. Texas is the coldest place on earth in the wintertime because 30 degrees is cold here. It gets in your bones. It doesn't leave you.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I lived in Vancouver for 9 years, and because it's so wet, Seattle. It's just it's internal. It the moisture just gets right in you. But Ontario, no, we're doing okay. We're doing okay.
Awesome. It's drier there. What part? Ontario's closer to
New York.
Oh, okay. Oh, I love New York. Yeah.
So a lot of Great Lakes. So it's surprising because it's dry. Like we have quite a lot of humidity because we're surrounded by the Great Lakes, but yeah, not as wet as Vancouver and rainy and horrible. More sunshine, lovelier. So Texas. So it's cold in the winter, but it's hot and barbecue and fabulous. Other seasons.
Barbecue, sweltering mosquitoes, yuck, bugs.
And the Hollywood scene, how is it out there? I see you've been in a couple movies, Blood Slop and Sustainable and such. Like, do they film out in Texas?
Blood Slop was filmed in Texas, and I have right on the back of my property here. I'm on 3.5 acres. I have an old abandoned, broke down barn that I actually did all the set decoration in, and we filmed in that barn. So that was fun. It was cool. It's a little short film, about 26 minutes. They put it on YouTube. Sustainable was just a short that I applied for, and they said, come on. And, it was in Sherman Oaks, I think, which is right outside of Hollywood. So,
but you're traveling quite a bit with comedy and such, eh?
I am traveling, spending a lot of money, trying to get some back on the backside. Somebody really a lot smarter than me said, if you want something bad enough, just go for it and don't worry about what's in the bank. And I'm like, oh, it's scary because you're taking a leap of faith. You're taking I know I got the goods, but I got to open some doors. So, and the only way to open doors is to get in people's face. And, so I guess it's just one of those things. I still hang on to my day job, and that's my little security blanket, but I've positioned myself that I'm my own boss. I work from home, and I can work virtually. I can work anywhere in the world. So that gives me a little bit more freedom to move around a bit.
Absolutely. And tell some jokes.
Tell a few jokes, yeah.
So sure. Where are you from originally?
I am from Fort Worth, Texas.
Okay, so there,
which is the Alberta, Canada of Texas.
Rednecks.
Yep, that's it.
Can you ride a horse?
I used to be able to. We used to have horses. I could probably still do it. It may be a little bit scarier now, but yeah, I could probably still do it. I'm pretty confident.
Yellowstone and all those cowboys, is that Texas?
I don't know. I don't watch the series. Maybe I shouldn't say that, but it's a great series. I've seen bits and pieces of. My son's really into it. they're filming parts of that in Granbury, Texas, and Weatherford, Texas, which are little bitty towns a little bit west of me, about an hour west of me. So Sam Elliott cruises through Granbury, and he's the best thing that they've ever seen there for sure.
So you have children.
Yes, I have children. I have none of them are biologically related to me. Yeah. Yeah, they didn't wreck me. So yeah, I inseminated my ex 20 years ago, and I have a 20-year-old son out of that. And we're very tight. We have a very good relationship. In fact, he's in college, and he's camped out mostly in his bedroom here still, stinking up the joint. But he's a great kid. I don't know, he's the love of my life. That's all I can say about it without getting all joked up. But yeah. And I've got step kids. I never consider them step kids. That's weird to say, but yeah, I've got four total sons, including Canyon, who's 20, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 grandkids. Yeah, I know. The oldest one is 14, fixing to be 15. And the baby is, I'm going to get it wrong, 4 months. They were born in November, I think. No, September. They were born in September. Okay. 5 months. Okay, I'm close. But yeah, they're fun.
The disciplinarian Nana, or are you the cookies and Werthers Nana?
No, I'm feed them ice cream and give them back sticky. Yeah. Absolutely. I'm definitely the fun one. My oldest granddaughter invited me to a Veterans Day thing at her school last year, and I couldn't go, but the year before I went. And it's like this big, huge celebration. They got the band, they got the teachers. I mean, it's a really huge thing. And here I am zipping in there with my mohawk at the time, and she's telling everybody, she goes, my grandmother has a mohawk because she's cool. So she just thinks nothing about the fact that I'm just different and weird, because she's different and weird too, you know?
So I have to ask about the mohawk. Is it, a native expression, or is it like I'm the biggest cock on the block? Like what's
So the absolute truth about the mohawk is this. It developed in 2020 when we were all locked down here and couldn't get a haircut. And I don't like long hair. My hair's thin and stringy and just So I decided one day to break out the clippers, and I went, oh, here goes nothing. And before I knew it, it was about this big, and it was like right here. That's all the hair I have left, and it was just like sticking straight up, and everything else was shaved off. And I'm like, oh, that was rough. So it took me a minute, like, gosh, it probably took me a good solid year to get it going back a little bit. And then it turned into a mohawk. And then I got so much recognition because even if people didn't know my name, they were like, hey, mohawk girl, you know? So it became a recognizable thing. And I don't know if it endeared people to me or drew them to me. I don't know exactly what. And then I started making jokes about mohawk rides instead of mustache rides. It was just dumb, and people loved it. So I got some stickers, and yeah, I handed out stickers on, mohawk ride survivor, and so now my I don't know if I can tell my latest joke. How nasty can I be?
You can be pretty nasty on Newsload.
Okay. I just tell people this used to be a mohawk, but I had to grow it a little bit thicker. Turns out the older women had a hard time staying on. They got, they'd slide right off. So I gave them a little bit more girth, something to hold on to. But yeah, that's about it. But yeah, it's just developed. I found out I was throwing out my my act. I'm doing acting also and trying to get parts, and I found out Mohawk's not super successful at getting parts. So I can like play background parts and things like that. But I'm actually getting new headshots in February. I'll be out in LA getting new headshots because I think I'm going to leave it. I think I like it a little bit longer than the Mohawk because then I can do other stuff with it besides Mohawk in it or faux hawk in it. But since I made it a little bit longer, I've sent out some selfies and some self tapes, and I'm getting a lot more feedback and second, they want second casting and interviews, and I don't know, whatever. Anyways, I just landed something. I can't say anything. I just signed a DNA. Nothing big, but it's coming. Everything's coming. Everything's coming in small doses. It's coming.
That's great. I'm so happy for you. And the truth is, I really love, Tyler Perry and all those producers who, with your property and such, developing your own studio and having it established and, having maybe a film club come and work out of your shed and more scary movies to come.
Yeah, it's actually the perfect location to build something really horrific and scary. I mean, I threw some hay bales in there, and it's dark and creepy and spidery and mousy and I got a new phone. I can't figure out how to. Oh, there we go, silent. Yeah, it's creepy. But it's creepy in a good way. I mean, people could film there. I could film there. I've got a couple of things rolling around in my head that might be good there.
That sounds amazing. Maybe if I schlep down there, I have a couple scary movie nightmare ideas that might be fun for me to live with you for 6 months and, try to avoid your stinky son and everything.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he works out a lot. He knows. I mean, he's constantly. As all boys, when they turn about 16, like they're in the shower constantly. They don't want to stink at all. So, but he's 6'5", so I hit him at armpit level. I mean, I'm in his pits, and I'm like, oh, dude, go. He's usually back from the gym or just being a sweaty boy. But no, of course, he's got a girlfriend now, so he's extra clean.
Good. That's wonderful to hear.
I love it when they snag a lady. How things change. They'll start brushing their teeth. They start cleaning. They start, putting the deodorizer in the shoes that you bought them for the last 12 years. It's amazing.
It's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, have you ever met anyone that's made you starstruck?
Oh yeah, man. I was down at Flappers. No, maybe last year, maybe the year before last. I can't remember. And I had a 45-minute conversation with Jay Leno and the booker there at Flappers. We were the only ones in the room. And he was just talking and eating a steak, like, he's just talking. I'm like, this is crazy.
Jay Leno. And is this before or after the fire burnage?
At Flappers? Is that the one? Oh, no. Before. I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before the fire, yeah. He still goes out there. He and Howie Mandel go out there. I was on a woman's all female comedy show at the Burbank Comedy Festival. And I don't know who anybody is, right? So and I'm kind of dumb, So I'm hanging out with all these people and I'm getting my picture taken with them because they're on the show. And then the host comes up to me and goes, "You know who that is?" And I'm like, "No, I don't have a clue who that is." Well, that's Susan Sager. She was the dominatrix in Eating Raoul. And I'm like, what? So I look her up and yeah, it's cool because she like sends me happy birthday on Facebook messages in response to my stuff. And I'm like, this woman has done some stuff. I mean, her IMDb is like, a list of who's who. Kathy Ladman. I was at a comedy contest in Santa Monica, California, and they had celebrity judges. And I'm not really paying attention to who they introduced them, but nothing clicks, right? So I don't win the contest. But after the show, this guy comes up to me, puts his arm around me, and he goes, "You're fucking funny." And I'm like, "Oh, thanks, man." And I went up to my friend. I'm like, "Who was that guy again?" They said, "That's Dean McDermott." And I went, "Okay." And so I go up to him and I said, "Hey, Dean, do you have an Instagram?" Like, I'm a complete Dorkenheimer. You got an Instagram, Mr. Dean McDermott? And it's not clicking, still not clicking. And he goes, "Oh, yeah." And he types it in and it pops up. He goes, "Yeah, that's me." And it says, "I am Dean McDermott." And then it says, "Married to the love of my life, Tori Spelling." And I was like, what is happening here? So, yeah.
That's amazing that he thinks you're funny, and that's amazing. You know, that you don't know these people and you're just talking to them like people, and that's probably why they like you, because you don't know.
And they're talking to me like people. They're talking to me like people. They're not being shitty or like uppity or anything. So I'm like, I don't know. It's a good thing that I didn't know before, like I did my set or whatever, because I do get starstruck and I'm like, "Oh, you're famous." But because it probably would have thrown me off a lot, you know. I would have gotten giddy, I guess.
Well, you're beyond adorable. I'm struggling with how cute you are. Where are you going next?
February 20th through the 26th, I'm out in LA. I'm just shooting some content with a friend, and we are, we're just gonna load and load and load on the content. And then I'm getting new headshots at Photos by Jamal. If anybody's out in LA, that's the guy. That's the one. You go to Photos by Jamal. Awesome photos. Unlimited number of photos. 3 hours for $600. You're welcome, Jamal. Anyway, he does such a fabulous job. And I'm like, it's cheaper for me to go to LA and get him to do my photos, knowing that they're quality, knowing that they're good, than getting somebody around here. I mean, I was checking it out and I'm like, oh my God, $1,500? No, man, I'm going to see Jamal, man. Yeah, for sure.
Do you get a hotel when you're in LA, or do you sleep out of your car, or what's your
I'm spoiled. That's why I have to still hang on to my day job. Yeah, we got a fabulous hotel right in the middle of LA. It's right at, I've seen this hotel before, and it's kind of right over there in the I don't know if it's a great neighborhood, but it's a really cool historic hotel in LA, kind of in the comedy district, kind of West Hollywood-ish area. So it's got a great view and just some really cool architectural things. We thought, man, that's going to be great content.
And do you go to Pauly Shore's club and everything?
I don't. I probably should while I'm there. I may do some different things while I'm there. Go to some different places and try to be at the right place at the right time, you know.
For sure. It's always the way it is. Well, Kim, I absolutely adore you. I think you are, such a delight. I want to go to Texas and visit and hang out and, maybe film a creepy movie in your barn.
Let's do it. Yeah, I'm all for it. I'm all for collaborating with people too, because I don't think we get through this alone. We can't do it by ourselves, right? So we always need somebody to collaborate with. I write music and songs and stuff, and I'm like, somebody please help me with this chord progression. I can't get, because I didn't teach myself guitar till I was 50. So I'm like, some things I just don't understand. And I'm like, no, I got the chords and I got the words. I need to go from here to here. That's it. This little progression that's in my head, I can't get it here. So, but it's hard to find somebody that wants to even take you serious.
For sure,
I can't give you away the secrets.
Well, I can't wait to see the new show that you're in. Keep me posted on when you're doing that.
I just signed a non-disclosure agreement, NDA, and it says that I can never talk about it in perpetuity. And I'm like, how does anybody know to watch the show? So maybe I could say something like, watch the show tonight. I don't know how that works. I'll have to ask
when it's done, after it's filmed and such, I'm sure.
Yeah, maybe so. I'll have to ask the production people and see what, I don't know, see
You
what I
bet.
can do.
One last thing before I let you go. If you can say it loud, say it proud. I love Newsload.
Newsload. I love Newsload. Who doesn't?
You're amazing, Kim. I absolutely adore you, and I hope you have an amazing day.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to chat with me. I really do. Have a fantastic day and week. I'd love to see you in Texas. Come
I
soon.
hope so. Barbecues for everyone.
All right. Bye.
Bye, honey.
This is the Newsload.